What's up, guys? So we got a lot of ground to cover. I am back, finally off of vacation. We can get some live gameplay in here, but let's just cover some makeup room here. In this episode, we're going to talk about all the events that have happened, what you should do if you're a newer player in the game, because that's what we kind of do in this channel. We talk about helping out free-to-play players mainly, and strategies for those new beginning players to help you get through events and such. So there's currently 2 summon banners going on, and the Final Fantasy V summon banner is actually really good versus the Final Fantasy 13 banner. It just sucks. I'm not going to go into great detail of why this banner sucks right here, but if you are a new player and you are just starting the game out, you want to summon on the Final Fantasy V banner. This banner is amazing. You got Bart's, which is very easy to get, around a 10%. You got X-Death, which is, again, a very, very powerful unit, one of the best units in the game, again at 10%. And then you have Ferris as well, which I believe, I'm just going off memory here, she has like a full break ability or something to that degree. She's a pretty good unit, so this banner is really, really good. I could be wrong on the Ferris right there. I haven't done a ton of research because I've been out in the middle of the ocean sailing around on a boat. That's quite fun, but it's not good for learning abilities and seeing how good units are. Whereas in this banner right here, this Snow is a 5-star unit, so pretty much a 5-star unit means you're never gonna get them. It's about a 1% chance to get them in the summon pool. Vanilla and Saz are both max 5-star units, which means they're pretty much crap because there's so many units now that can get the 6-star status. You don't want to spend your time, your effort, your money, your experience points on units that only go to 5-star status. So that is why those are bad. In the Final Fantasy V banner, you've got 3 units. You can kind of throw Gilgamesh out of there because he's a 5-star base, but he's a really, really good unit if you could get him. He's way better than Snow, for sure. Bart's is amazing and goes to 6-star status. X-Death is insane, probably one of the best units in the game right now, 6-star status as well. Both very easy to get. So, we also have 2 events going on right now. The PvP events are constantly going on as well. You got the weekly and monthly events going on there. So weekly and monthly events still going in the PvP, and we've been doing horrible. We haven't done hardly any of those at all because we've been in the ocean. We've got bad scores. Man, it's just not enough time in the day to do any of this. You can see we got 113. This week has physical attack combos, and black magic is forbidden. So you can't really use magic abilities in here, and physical attack combos don't work. Final Fantasy III characters get a bonus. So this is a very interesting arena. I mean, you're going to be using a lot of physical attackers in this arena. So make sure that you change your squad up and read these forbidden rules. So let's go back into the units here, sell these. The 2 events that are going on, they're not really that great. We have this new Mog King farming event. And you're going to be farming these like gears, I think it is. So you're farming gears in the Hanging Edge event here. This is just a grind over and over again. Thankfully, it's pretty quick. The ELT is quite difficult. So if you're a newish player, you probably won't get up the ELT stage. We've been doing Pro because it's easier to bring a friend along that will give you bonus machine points. So you'll notice that these Final Fantasy 13 characters on the banner, so Lightning does not get the bonus, will give you these bonus event materials, and it looks like we actually have no one in here that's going to give us the bonus. So maybe next week Lightning will actually be on the banner, the summon banner. We don't know yet, but there are some more Final Fantasy 13 characters. So most people are complaining a lot about this event. This event has a really, really low drop rate of these materials. It's similar to the last event, but actually worse with the drop rates. You pretty much have to bring summoned Final Fantasy 13 characters, otherwise you're not going to get a lot of these materials. And you have to hope and pray that you get the Metal Gigantor in this stage. You should be able to check in the menu here. If you click menu, it should tell you how many battles, and I believe it's always 4 battles here, so if you get 5 battles, then you're going to get that Metal Gigantor, and you're going to get a bonus of the drop rate on the special items. Even so, this event, probably one of the worst events that we've had. Some people are saying they like this event because you can actually get Magicites in here. So at the boss, they'll drop typically like an orange Magicite, I believe it is. It's also quick and easy, at least on the pro stage and lower. But the drop rate is just horrendous. And thankfully, there's no real must-have items out of this event. They do have some boosters and enhancements for the Final Fantasy 13 characters. But again, I don't recommend summoning on the Final Fantasy 13 banner right now. You don't want to waste your lappies on that banner. If anything, use your lappies and summons tickets on the Final Fantasy 5 banner that will be going away in a couple of days. That banner is far superior to the Final Fantasy 13 banner. Will definitely help you out in the long run. Don't summon on the Final Fantasy 13 banner. Maybe next week there will be a better banner with lightning on it, but even then, we'll have to take a look at that banner and decipher it and see if that's actually a good banner or not. The trick to the boss here. So the boss, if you don't kill him in one turn, he'll put on this massive buff. You need to use a Dispel. Dispel will take down his buff, because it's Dispel, that's what it does, and allow you to actually hurt him. So we're going to kill him in one turn here because this is a pro stage and our units are, 6-star status for the most part. A little bit overpowered for the pro stage, but on ELT you definitely have to use Dispel. You will have a lot of trouble if you don't Dispel that boss. The other event was actually a lot better than this event. It's an exploration event. You can go and farm a lot of experience in this event. And so now with all these people picking up extra Barts, extra X-Deaths in the Final Fantasy Summon banner, you're probably going to need a lot of experience. We actually have 3 X-Deaths now, which is awesome. I love that. We got really lucky. I used about 20 summons tickets. I used all my summons tickets up. The big bridge will give us a decent chunk of experience here. And it's actually pretty simple. Have we not completed the pro stage yet? Yeah, we haven't even completed the pro stage yet because we've been in the middle of the ocean, not really able to do much. But let's go jump into the pro stage, show you this off, and look at some of our friends. So this is the Gilgamesh. Don't know how to pronounce his name. And look, he's got 660 attack power right there. I've seen a friend that had almost 800 attack power. That's insane, guys. I think the record now is something like 840. I've seen a Facebook post. So what's the highest have you seen? Posted down below if you got a picture of that. Awesome news. Let's go ahead and put in our actual farming squad here. So we're going to bring a squad that's got a full break ability, our buffer, and then we're going to bring our 2 leveling characters. Kind of show you what you need to do to level your characters in this stage. It's only a couple minutes too. So there's a guide. One of our users, I believe, made a guide, or viewers made a guide. Someone made a guide, posted on YouTube. It's a really, really great guide on how to kind of speed run here. Get a good chunk of experience in about 4 or 5 minutes. So normally exploration stages take a long time to do. This one, you actually get a good chunk of experience pretty quickly in this stage. So they say go all the way to the right and then go up this side. Everywhere you walk, you have the potential to run into these zombie creatures. So if you want, you'd go into several different areas of the map, collecting all of the enemies and finishing off all the battles there to get maximum experience. Because you can see we'll go over here to the side and we'll get different enemies popping up over there from the left and the right. Let's drop a meteor. So I love the animation on the meteor. X-Death also gets his dual cast at 6-star status. That's what makes him amazing. Dual cast with meteor with that. He's got 250 mag too, or MP. So he's able to bust out those and not really run out of magic power while he's able to dual cast those things. He just tears up the arena. So when you're in the PvP arena and magic is usable, X-Death is like the king right now. Dual cast meteors, insane abilities. So that's about everything here. Hopefully you had fun in these events. That's the whole point of the game, is to have fun, though. So if you're not having fun, don't grind. If you don't like to grind, don't grind. There's not rewards that you have to get, especially in this new bridge event, those machine parts. There's nothing really like must-have in there. And in these games, you're always going to get new and better items as the game progresses. So if there's something that's like a limited time exclusive only item that you should aim for, everything else don't worry about. Don't worry about the trust muggles. Don't worry about missing 6-star evolution materials. Don't worry about driving yourself crazy farming that stuff. We actually did get dual cast on our Reefy, so that was really cool. We finished off our very first trust mastery farming. This was on the cruise, actually. So when I had a little bit of Wi-Fi, I was able to just spam some runs, get that done. And Maxwell, oh, Maxwell was insane. So I had about half a day to fight Maxwell, and I was like sweating bullets. My wife was so mad at me because I was playing while we were supposed to be on vacation, but that was the only day I had internet to fight Maxwell. And she's like, "Did you finally beat Maxwell? Did you finally beat Maxwell? Did you finally beat Maxwell?" And thankfully, we beat Maxwell. We beat Maxwell barely. And then we had to figure out how to get Diablos to go. So I'm sorry that I wasn't here to help you guys and give out some strategies on how to do that. But, man, that was a tough fight. Very, very challenging. I think Maxwell will be back, though. So don't worry if you didn't get Maxwell. Maxwell is currently only a 5-star max in our game. In the Japanese version, she goes to 6-star status. So she probably will be back with that same trial. You'll probably have another shot at killing her to get Maxwell in your party and get her at 6-star status when it's awakenable. So don't worry about that. Right now, at a 5-star units, Maxwell is not that great of a unit. Again, outclassed. Pretty much, you're using 6-star units. Any unit that you have that's 6-star, you're probably going to want to use over a 5-star base, just because of the stat difference right there. I mean, they're going to have about 2,000 more HP, 20 or 30 more attack, 20 or 30 more mag, and this is all base stats, so this really just gets amplified when you start doing equipments and gears. Alright, so let's go ahead and break him down here. We haven't actually fought Gilgamesh that much, so I don't know his attack patterns. I do notice that a lot of units are now starting to require Dispel. So Dispel you can actually get from your Espers. So make sure that you have your Espers set up properly, which I actually don't on this squad. Oops, and I messed up. So this is what happens when you go out on the ocean. You forget how to play, you forget how to buff up your team, and you just do random abilities and hope that things do damage to him. So we did almost 50%. And he kills 2 guys. So he actually hurts himself here. So it looks like if you just stall the fight, you're able to beat him by kind of stalling the fight. But just bringing a strong friend should help you just carry yourself through this. Go there. Oh, try attack. So, again, I'm not very familiar with Gilgamesh, and it's funny, we're using Gilgamesh to kill Gilgamesh. So, 3 times the normal damage? Okay, I guess that might be really good. That should be a 300% multiplier there. Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like he's got, again, a debuff on him, and we needed to actually use Dispel to weaken him. I don't see anything on his icons, but we did really small amounts of damage there. And so now he's buffing himself up. And he did a jump ability, so let's go ahead and guard. And wow, he did a lot of damage there. Hurt himself in the process. So yeah, so now he is buffed up. Oh, nope. See, I'm messing up. So I should dispel him to take off his buffs. Let's go ahead and cure up everybody. Oops. Hey, no. So. Alright, so I should have used her to cure and dispel. But again, I'm just not with it. So let's go do that one. There we go, and we got him down. Alright, so that does it here. Great spot to experience farm. Go on the right side. I'm going to put some guides down below in the description. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'll be back with more Final Fantasy Brave Exvius content. Definitely get up to date here with all the new stuff. And I will talk to you guys later.